The constant and proximate howling chaos of the mana waste forces many AlkenStari to confront the absurdities of incongruities of creation. AlkenStar's steadfast belief in technology is perhaps a desire to inscribe the significance of their own continued existence into the infinite fervor of the mana waste's chaos. Since the city's inception, the forbidding mana wastes have killed, maimed, or irrecoverably mutated the majority of settlers and migrants seeking to make their homes in the Clockwork City. Why does this majority die? And why do some survive? Why do surge storms seize and hurl trains of securely fastened wagons into the warp wastes only to cease and spare the lives of a solitary wanderer the next day? Why do the healthiest sicken and transform from the waste winds, while graybeards and suckling babies might avoid the worst of these contagions? Desperate answers to these haunting questions inform the city's zeitgeist. And I quote, "We made it here because our destiny to have a good life. We made it here because we're better than the others who didn't survive. We worked hard to survive, and we deserve to thrive." Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the All Guns, No Glory podcast. You know we're playing Book 2 of the Outlaws of AlkenStar Adventure Path. When last we left our heroes, they were aboard a dirigible. Yes, they were. And on that dirigible, we were having a battle. So I'm switching back to the battle board. And during that battle, some messed up wolf, lion, eagle, deer creatures came and messed us up. No, they didn't. We're getting smacked down right out of the gate. I mean, golly, it's time for the Patreons to reunite and get back our fearsome reputation. Starting with Patreon 1, would like to stand up. Does that provoke attack of opportunity from anybody? This thing stands back up. Anyone? No?
Sadly, no.
Sadly, no? Well, good. This thing gets up and has taken a decent amount of damage. And by decent, I mean you're pissing this very hungry thing off. But being a beast, you gotta wonder, does every nasty thing out there, flying deerwolf thingy, want to make a last stand? Or fly away and wonder if it could find some sort of food source elsewhere? But for now, the fight is still in them, and they try to mess you up. Starting with the creature right in front of me, Blaster Valentine, that smacked me down. You're going to get some antlers with a 31, hitting you for 1d12 plus 7 piercing damage, and goring your components for 17 points of damage. But it's not done. In a return head flick and sweep, it hits you with said nasty antlers again, but misses as it tangles up in some of your hardened wooden parts. And that is number 1. Number 2 is also prone, yes. Matt, quick question. Your ability to trip is just basically using a generic trip action that any character gets with a trippable weapon.
Yes.
Now, is this a swashbuckler thing that when you crit, you get D6 when it goes down?
No,
that's everybody
it's just a trip thing.
Okay. Jay used sticks to trip this guy. Didn't get the crit, but managed to trip him because he also had an invention that trippable weapon. And I just wanted to clarify because there is both the trip action, there is both trippable weapons with the trip trait that you can use it and blah, 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 get the bonuses. And then there's specific abilities, and a lot of them stack or are the same. So to clarify, anyone can smack a guy to the deck and do d6 damage if you roll high enough. Good for you. I get up. I want to get up now. Does anybody take an attack of opportunity? Is this thing use movement right in front of us? Anyone? No? Very well. The threatening creature that put me down. Now, in the world of beasts, to pin something is to go for the throat. You are the bigger threat. So it gets right up and sticks the Kothos Noel, now Kothos, formerly Noel's face, and tries to antler you once again, and misses because, you've taken all my confidence away, and tries to antler you a second time, and just is not having a good go. This dog-like hyena creature just dancing around, ignoring him boredly, reloading his weapon. And Critmeister number 3 is quite happily to chew and antler away on our good friend, Mr. Charwin. It'd be funny. Inside, remember how old the second kiss is? Right? There's faded rodeo posters, and there's like a faded cowboy blotch art of a guy that might be Charwin, and it says C, and the page is ripped off and has the N at the end, like never really knowing if it was really him, the legend, the myth, 31, Charwin. Riding this sucker, fighting this sucker is harder than riding the most deadly bull you've ever ridden in your life, because it skewers you for D12 plus 7 damage with a 31 hit. And as a second attack at penalty, tries to skewer you with its antlers once again. Does the double whammy, give you the left horn set of horns, give you the right set of horns, and unfortunately for Charwin, is able to hit him twice and does another 15 points of damage, dropping Charwin to critical stasis. And that's the Three Stooges. 1, 2, 3. Yuck. El Mumbrio, you are up. Charwin, down to 8 hit points. Taking 55 points of damage.
Oh my.
El Mumbrio, you have taken 12. Yeah, well, we love humans. They're the best. They're the tastiest thing ever.
Are they? Okay, well, that's good to know.
Well, that's a human heart in the picture's mouth. See, they just, yeah.
I gotta use some lacquer on me, maybe.
Disguise yourself as a construct.
I will use acrobatics and the feat. I think it's called Sudden Leap. Let me just double check that. Powerful Leap. To jump over the Colo and my friend Charwin to land in line with the Periton. So I will give you some acrobatics action. You want it open or in the tower, sir?
Combat acrobatics? You can do that open. Because, I'm flipping. You'll know if you fail or not.
25.
You know what I mean? So you should be able to do that openly. I do this cool thing.
I do a barrel roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Landing and
cool.
And on the way down for flavor, but really, I am going to execute my confident finisher on Periton 3, hoping to take his aggro off my friend, who I'm watching his blood spray the walls behind him.
Skewer.
Yeah.
Stab. Okay. P3 is targeted. P3 is targeted. Have at him.
And using my piercing wind melee style, so using it like a sword, I attack Periton number 3 with a 23.
That is it.
That is a hit. This is amazing. So I roll this. And then I get to put my precision damage on top of it. And I don't have a button for that, so here, eat your 3d6. So 8 points of damage plus 13.
Okay.
For a total of 21 points. So it was one action to flip, one action to confident finish, and then using piercing wind to trip him, I will trip him if I can. So I need to hit.
I always picture the confident finish being the one circle loop over the head Zorro whip move, and then the big, you know what I mean? Like it's the big.
Well, I was using the piercing wind, so it's like a short sword. So, but thematically,
gun, yeah.
Barrel roll through the air, coming down with the big mighty slash.
There you go.
Superhero pose at the ending. Ole. And then sweeping back again to try and catch him with a trip. And I need to hit second. And athletics. Do it. Did you not do it? Nope. You did not do it. Oh, because it's the trip button. My bad. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Does it automatically calculate the second attack? Boo. So 12 plus 6. That should have been plus 10. So it gave me the double thing because I clicked the button for it. So that should actually be 22.
So it wasn't supposed to be a poly or multi-attack?
It was supposed to be a multi-attack, but
Okay.
I also hit the multi-attack button.
Oh, I see. You hit the multi-attack button as well as taking the second or third.
Yeah, exactly.
So your first hit with the 23 is a plus 15, so you're supposed to have a plus 11 instead of plus 6? Is that what you're telling
plus
me?
11. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yes. That hits.
Sweet.
Not a crit, but
Nope.
Down
but
he goes.
Down he goes. Yeah, and that
so
re-ups my
this is-
panache, and that was the main goal. That's my turn.
re-ups the panache. Keep that train going, right? Charwin, you are up. Sticks,
All right.
get ready. You're on deck.
I am doing pretty bad, so I will cast a level 3 healing spell, 2 actions on myself. For 39 health back.
Okay. I don't believe these guys have any kind of attack of opportunity kind of thing. Most of our abilities are just weird.
All right. And then I think I will target the guy that is down on the ground that's been taking away all my health. And we'll try a long spear in his side.
Get him, Charwin. You get him.
23 for a hit.
Yes.
For 16 damage. Yeah, how you like that? Little spear in the side. And that'll be me. 2 for the heal and 1 for the attack.
Okay. 6.
Well, noticing my partner beside me seems to be fine now, I'm going to take another megaton swing at the creature directly in front of me. That is a 25, which hit. For 17 points of damage.
Okay. And then
I'm going to use. I'm just going to take another swing. Let's try to trip it as well, actually. Which is a 14. That's a miss.
Okay. Which brings us to Blaster Valentine. You're all done, Sticks?
I will take care of this one.
And I have it fixed now. Sorry. Should work. And there we go. Hit with 28. So I take a shot straight down at him. For 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And follow up with a sword strike reload. A hit. 26. And 12 points damage.
Starting to slice into these creatures. These suckers can take quite a bit.
And then I'll step back down as my last action behind the bar.
Okay. Good tactics. Round 4. What was that? Acrobatics train plus 20?
Yeah, 20
That
acrobatics.
doesn't sound like a step. That sounds like a flavorful move. Let's hear it.
I do almost like a reverse swan dive and like twist my torso, and then my legs come over top of me and back down.
The inventor cat taught you that one, eh? I've been watching him. Turn myself in the air. All right. Patreon number 1. He's currently prone, I think. No, am I? This guy prone? No, he is not. Patreon. Perioton. Sure. Amalgamated Beast number 1 leaps over the side rail in a graceful 25 arc, and wings spread out as it drops below our vision of the deck. Patreon number 2 disengages, scampers away, and does the same. And 1, 2, 3, as quickly as they come, these things disengage and circle around. And they break off and fly out of sight. But you still feel that they're close. No one spots them flying away, out of the sunset, so to speak.
By the great falls of AlkenStar, what were those things? Are you all okay?
I'm doing all right now. How's everybody else?
That was exhilarating.
Not
Meteor
the air I
combat
was
is
looking
very
for, but-
amazing.
A good stretch.
We hear a large ka-dunk zing, and something must be rigged on the top, because now the crew are firing at it. And you see one sort of like appear, get shot at with a ballista bolt, and then like it's a close but clean miss, and the thing banks away and flies down below.
Wow, this airship continues to surprise me. They have their own turret up top.
A few
hopefully we don't
stress-filled moments. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Hopefully we don't get any more uninvited guests. Let's head back inside and make sure our passengers are safe.
You go ahead, Valentine. I'll keep my eyes open out here in case they decide to come back.
Reloading
Good
my
idea.
gun. That sounds fun.
And by the way, my friend, I indicate towards the Colo. Nice shooting. I saw that little trip move. I approve.
I'm not certain if that was genuine or sarcastic, considering my only actual shot missed, but thank you.
To be fair, I wasn't paying that much attention.
I think you landed a shot.
I thought you landed a shot too.
No, I landed swings.
speaking about in between episodes, Jay's like, I pressed the wrong button. I didn't do as much damage as I thought. So what? How many hit points you number 2?
It was still within the damage range of what could occur. I'd accidentally entered 2d10 instead of 2d8, but none of the damage rolls were above 8.
Oh, okay.
So for the first one, the 19, theoretically the average damage should be a little bit lower than 19, where I got 17 the next one.
Well, considering these are virtual dice and there's not a physical angle or weight distribution on a solid in-life dice to like argue, that's fine. We'll keep that. But thank you for your honesty. Won't have to worry about retconning that. We'll just let that stand, like you said. The possibility was there, but no, that's fine. A few tense moments go by, and they don't seem to reinitiate their attack. A skitter, a flap, a thump from above, a scritch of horn on glass from the side. Keep the crew and the passengers quite on edge. They are close. They've backed off and appear to be knowledge nature.
Mine in the tower.
Charwin, they seem to be pack hunters, like their wolf heads imply. They closed rapidly, thought they saw a lone straggler on deck, and by the time they closed to have a meal, reinforcements arrived, but they were sort of committed to their pack attack. They had to go for a couple of rounds, like 18, 20 seconds, started getting back as far as they got, and like most animals, decided to rethink their tactics and bailed. They've backed off, but now they are circling and seemingly testing our defenses as if this is some great big beast carrying children as they try to poke at it as opposed to snatch young offspring more their size. They seem to be also clever enough that if they can see you, you can see them, and they might get attacked. So they, we spot flaps and passes, but they seem to keep under, above, or at a distance where,
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is, Charwin, is are they wounded enough that they will lag behind and will leave them behind, or are they hungry enough that they'll only stay at bay for so long and try something desperate as their, wounded selves, the adrenaline's going to run out.
Yeah, I'll take up a position on the starboard deck at the railing, keeping my eyes on, and anytime one of them comes within the 60-foot range of my pistol, I will take a shot.
Okay.
Similarly with my gun sword within 50 feet, but I wanted the air anyways, so.
So where do you want to be? You guys want to place yourselves where you are?
Yeah, I'll pick up that corner there at the back left.
Okay.
I'll move back towards the door of the wall and yell into Lucky. Well, I'm trying to use them as bait, technically. There's only 1 or 2 people out there. Maybe they'll come down. But yell out to Lucky to make sure that nobody goes out unless there's like a group of 3 or something, so they don't get snagged.
Valentine, it looks like you've gone back inside the cabin. They've they're like, a lot of people are sitting down on the floor under the table, but their backs are arched over the seats and they are peeking up through the glass at a steep angle and peeking, like popping their heads up. They're trying to stay, hidden, but they are peeking out the windows.
I was just gonna tell everybody to stay away from the windows. Stay down. Stay away from the windows.
Okay.
And I was gonna go see what the captain has to say.
Okay.
Vera, is there anything I should tell the passengers? Do they need shelter somewhere deeper in the hull?
A broad viewpoint at the front of this control room provides a commanding view of the skies ahead. A momentary lapse, so we'll go back off the battle board. The center of the room sports a large metal wheel, a series of levels, levers, and various gauges and dials set into metal panels. Several metal tubes emerge from the forward control panel and end in a cluster near the ship's yoke. On the port side, to your left, is a metal wheel accompanied by more gauges and dials, where Drake's is. The co-pilot is at the side station. She is directly ahead of you, sitting or standing up in front of the chair, craning her head out and up as if fully aware of what's coming and attacking us. She grunts at you. Did we win?
We held them off at the stern of the ship. Is that what you call it?
She nods. Any casualties?
Everyone is safe. Okay. Only one slightly wounded.
She nods.
Should I move the passengers somewhere else, or are they safe in the main cabin?
She thinks about it. Let the DM quickly look up my stats to see if I have any knowledge, nature, or skills where I could theorize what kind of a threat and what kind of tactics these things might be. Ha, ho, huh. She tells you that you might have driven them off for now, but they'll be back. And if they're really hungry, they might just try to make their way into the main cabin.
Would the passenger rooms inside the dirigible, would that be more sealed off from the outside?
Yes. If they're in the main room behind us, get them upstairs. Because upstairs, their cabins are completely sealed inside the dirigible, like you said. That's the safest place for everybody.
Okay. I'll go back out and I'll find the half-orc
Okay.
passenger. And I'll tell her about I need you to take the rest of the passengers in here upstairs into the room and keep them protected, yes?
Okay, she's not in this room.
No, I mean I'll go back out of the captain's chamber
Yeah, I know, she's not in that room.
Oh, okay.
She's probably the one who's on the roof firing the freaking
Oh, yeah.
ballista. She's a big game hunter, right?
Oh yeah, man. The crew are busy flying the ship. They're not going to mess with these things, right? They're they got two goblins in the engine room. You got the captain, the co-pilot, and you got your porter. There's not a lot of people to spare. We're trying to keep this thing going full, type of thing. So, yeah, a big game woman is goes upstairs for a clear shot, loading, right? Where are you? Where are you? And then it's ooh, what's this? Ballistae. How nice. It's my birthday. Crank, 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 crank. Come on, come on, come on. And then finally one peels off and she takes a shot at it. Back. Yeah. Anyway.
So I guess I look for her, don't see her, so I just tell everyone.
You do learn that this goes down because she's the captain's yelling into a tube. There's tubes that contact every station, right? And you hear her voice kind of hollow, sorry, Captain, it took a shot, but, this thing needs maintenance, so you'd better off just use my amalgamated, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. This captain just kind of... So you know where she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just tell everyone to come up the stairs and get into the cabins up there.
Okay. Do you have anything for tactics in your knowledge there, Valentine?
I've just got lore engineering.
Yeah, that works. Give me one of those in the tower. Tactically speaking, as long as one of you guys or said MP is up there taking pot shots, these things seem smart enough to avoid open fire. You could keep them away from the top of the dirigible. Like, you know, as long as she's up there shooting or one of us is up there, then, because we're trying to flush them out, yes? Or are we just trying to outrun them? If we turtle up, the captain's afraid they're going to come aboard.
Yeah,
If
no,
we
we're gonna
bristle-
try and take him out for sure.
Yeah, bristle weapons out of every porthole and look for an opening, right? Okay. So Valentine, as you're moving about, these gears in your head turn, what do you want to do? Everyone's in position.
So they're upstairs, or could I ask
Yeah,
them?
you hurry everybody upstairs.
Oh, okay. I'll just go to this window over here and see if I can see any of the creatures.
Okay. I'm just
Do a perception.
So looking at the map here, I've got the captain looking out the front. You're looking out starboard. I got no one on the port side. I've got Styx on the sort of port stern. We've got Mambrio on the starboard stern. Charwin. You happy in the doorway? Or did you want to take up a position?
Yeah, I can go ahead and go to the. Yeah, if that works. To all
I
the way
just
to
picked
the
a
west
random
there.
side.
Well, you guys are trying to get eyes on, right?
Yeah.
And you want your guys not to be seen. So you got Charwin's move. Looks like you've moved behind the bar. You're peeking out that window, right?
Yep, I'll hunker down behind the bar so they can't see me.
Almumbrio is not very visible necessarily through the rails. And then you've got Styx on the back. All right. Re-up your perception checks. Main page. Shuffle the deck a little bit here as we all peer out.
29.
What'd you get?
Nat 1 for 14, Charwin.
He's making drinks. Do 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 do.
23.
Why look at all that alcohol. Blaster Valentine.
Yeah.
Why are you
for
rolling
some-
twice?
For some reason, I think the tab I have saved is from a previous level when my perception was one lower.
Okay.
I
If you
clicked
go to the
tab.
main, if you
Oh
go
yeah,
to your
you
main
do
combat
have
page-
to update shortcuts when you level
Yeah.
because it keeps the numbers hard baked.
Like
Yeah.
I know what you mean, the main page, but I have
Yeah.
that main page on one of my tabs at the bottom.
Okay. Well, consider you rolled the same 2 twice. We'll
Yeah.
just take it as a 12.
What are the odds of are the same number rolls?
I thought you just didn't like it and you're trying to sneak it in the deck there going, well, no one's noticed. You haven't called it out yet. It doesn't count yet. Hey, look here, rookie. All right. So these things are just circling. They're doing their thing. So starting with Perion 1. Okay. Where's Dune Shaker? 23. This thing pops up and then swoops at you and comes fast. Appears out the port side and just south of your position and does like this flyby, whoosh, you know, right along the back of the deck, like does a roll, has some height on you and tries to stay tight to the deck, and you know what I mean, like almost tries to fly between the deck and the bottom, you know, like fly over you, but it can't really, so it's more like up and over a little bit. Does a tight flyby, right? As it goes by you with my 50-foot flight, so it's got like, I've got the, you know, Coming, 5, 10, 15, 20, somewhere in 50 puts me in here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 puts me out here. You see it, right?
I was wanting to shoot if anything came within 50 feet.
Right.
Same here.
Yeah. So you guys want to take your shots?
Yes, please, sir.
Yep.
Okay. So that puts El Membrio at 33. That puts Styx 34 with the better shot. You're actually facing the wrong way, Membrio. So I'm going to. What was your initiative? 29?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that's good enough that you're low and up. You know what I mean? That's good enough perception that you're watching, and then just sense or feel over your shoulder and like, oh shit, someone's coming right at him, and let you in on this action. So
Cool. I rolled a nat 1, so I'm going to hero point to re-roll that.
okay.
And these have to be this is a readied action, so it's just a 1.
Yeah. You take 2 actions to ready and
Ugh. Didn't roll much better. 18.
I will also use a hero point.
okay.
But it wasn't a critical miss. And then with my following action, I will... Oh, I guess...
Hang on a second.
It's not technically my turn, right?
Sticks.
Yeah.
Your first shot was a 23, right?
Was it? Did it go through oh, it just went through twice, I guess. Okay. Yeah, never mind then.
Yeah, you weren't targeted. That's why it didn't hit. So you don't need to burn your hero point. So take your hero point back. Okay. You can use the current roll 24 for a regular hit. So damage from Sticks. This thing comes by and you crack a shot off at it.
That is a 11 points.
11 points. Take a shot right in its flank, and this thing, you hurt it badly. As it flies over you, its first action is to close. Second action is to use a little necromancy on you as it flies over your, gets itself like a downward look at your shadow. And the third is to fly away because you shot me in the ass. Where is it? Ability, single action. Mimic shadow, 1 action. Necromancy, occult shadow. Target must be casting a shadow. Which you are up here, the bright lights of the deck. The Perion flies, going no higher than 20 feet over the target. Target must make a willpower save, DC 21. Can I have a willpower, please?
Now can I use my hero point?
Yep. With a nat 1 for your saving throw? Sure.
24.
That is a save. Transforms creatures, creature, blah blah blah. Yeah, already frightened. Sorry, just quickly reading because there's the 4 stages of saving throws, right? There's critical fail, succeed, and critical succeed, and even sometimes on a success, there's things happening. Okay, you feel a shiver run down your spine and right into your shadow, and your shadow moves and changes shape like it's going to do something, and then tightens up into the proper form of your shadow as you shake off whatever the hell that was. And I fly away. Pitreon number 2 comes flying by and attempts a similar maneuver where one's doing a setup, the other one tries for a knockdown to like steal kill. Well, he's using our magical ability to get certain advantages against this foe, and I know Bob's gonna circle around. Boy, I'm getting lightheaded. I've lost so much blood. I'm just gonna swoop right in and try and get this guy. So this thing comes flying right at you and tries to bite you with its actual fangs there, big man. Doesn't horn, just try to reach right in there and tears a rip out of your shoulder for 29 to hit, 1d8 7 slashing damage, and does like a flyby biting. And again, this one pops up from below, bites at you, and then does the sort of turning one over arc and swoops down away. Zhoosh. Only getting one bite. The third flies along in behind, sees what the first two are doing, and a little perception here. 18 spots El Mubrio moving and firing. It's 2 shots, bang, bang. And I'm actually going to try to tighten up, lift the hooves, lower the head, flatten the wings, drop the back eagle landing gear, and go for that little yummy thing at the back of the deck as he comes swooping. Oh, here I'm moving minis around looking awesome, and I realize I've made them all invisible.
I was wondering, but I figured like with the other one, you're like, and then he swoops out of the way again, and I was like,
and then he's gone. Yeah, and he's gone. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should make a couple of them. Okay, so anyway, at 50 feet, one is out there still on the board. The one that pops up at Jay has gone underneath. The one that's coming straight across at you, right? Now, this thing technically does not have a grab or have a rear rake or claw attack, but you painted me such a tasty picture going, I look like a rabbit, and that thing looks like an eagle. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, like, I lower the feet. You know how you landing gear for stability of landing, just to keep the aircraft stable? He splays his feet out just for aileron stability, and it's the horns that come down, and I'm going to try to gore you and shoosh you right off this deck.
The old gore and shoosh, eh?
The shoosh and gore.
Or not.
Miss. Instead of Olay, this thing...
So close to a hit, though.
I use my beast point. I'd like to use a patron. What's that?
Point.
A patron point. This just in. Somebody would really like to mess with you guys. I'd like to re-roll. No, I'm just kidding. You're lucky. Here I am very excited going, look, AlkenStar's getting better numbers, but you guys got to be careful, because if it really gets on the patrons' radar, they're going to start throwing patron points to help you and mess with you. So beware.
These are facts.
Did I actually have a go at... Did I roll the right guy?
Yep. That was at me.
I rolled for number 2. All right, it doesn't matter. It was 3, but... Swing and a miss. Anyway, straight across the deck and keeps going. Miss. Where are we here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50... Put you out here, and let's make sure I don't go crashing into a rail or anything. Acrobatics. 21. Okay, good. It's like, a natural one. He dips his head and then hits the rail and right. Spinning, falling. Continuing on.
Trying to take a stick through a fence. The antlers get
or
caught.
door. Exactly. And I'm like, Charwin, you are up. Blaster Valentine, you're on deck.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. I will try to get just behind little L to the east. I'm sorry, to the west of him.
Okay.
And I will target Patreon
and punt him
3.
into the air. Sacrifice. Sorry.
Don't kick the baby.
You gotta get closer. Come on, man.
Olay! You can do it.
Let's see. Oh, and then I will do Caustic Blast at him.
Okay. Knowing Amambro, he'd come back riding this thing like the whip around his neck. And I have a pet.
He succeeded for half damage.
Uh-huh.
And he will take 4 damage, so that's 2.
Okay, Caustic Blast as in a line attack? Right through
No.
your friend?
It's let's see.
Is it Splash?
Yeah, it's a splash.
It's an acid water balloon, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a line attack where you like do the rolling ball and you just like acid right through El Membreo. Squish.
It's the replacement for Acid Splash.
I'm just picking on Matt because you were such a pain in the ass last Friday, so I'm just picking on him right. All right. Charwin, half damage, 2 point. Hey man, chip it away. These things are, not happy.
Yep.
1 to move, 2 to cast.
Yep, that is me.
And finishing up our round, Blaster Valentine. Hey Valentine, technically you can see this guy out the window. He is 65 feet away. because I am on level with the deck to attack Membreo, he is on eye level with Valentine.
That is true. This is true.
Would you like to open the window and take a shot at 65 feet?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. I think my automaton ancestry is sharpshooter automaton. I could be wrong.
I love your voice
Yeah.
modulation for your construct.
That's very
now. It's
cool.
so yeah.
I use one action to use automaton aim. I steady my body and observe the events of the battlefield. Maximize the range of my next shot. You reduce the penalty for firing into your weapon's second range increment from -2 to 0.
Okay, not loving it so much when it's the big description.
More?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, leave off the sound effects when you're describing. Okay. So yeah, you want to use that ability and
Yeah, so I'll use an action so I don't get any penalties and
Okay.
take a shot.
so 1 to open the window, 1 to steady and everything, and then kaping.
27 to hit.
That is a hit, sir.
Target
Well done.
acquired.
Little red laser pointer from his eye.
5 points of damage.
Well, that was a big build-up for payoff. What do we
Mhm.
get? Kinda. Nah, don't worry, man. You shoot him in the haunch, and he's, they're laboriously flying at this point. Like you can see them huffing and puffing in the air, and the graceful flying savagery is more pissed off adrenaline, and they're laboring. Round 5. El Membreo has been triggered as an action, and now I believe that takes you to just before.
Yeah.
So now you're up.
Single action to reload.
Okay.
Single action to fire on the same dude.
Yep. Number 3.
Whichever was the first one that made the pass.
The one that passed him, or the one that tried to grab you just now?
No, the one that went past him. The same one I had been aiming at.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
I think that was number 1.
I got it.
Yeah.
And then, yes, ranged attack on this guy's face. Come on, big money.
35-foot shot.
Ugh, a miss. Ugh, a miss. And then
Reload?
final action reload again. Yeah.
Sticks. What messed up necromantic mana waste mana waste MFer. Look at that. Say that. Sorry. I was just giving Messina trouble for swearing too much on Friday. I can't get into it now.
There's a reason my people never went to this desert. That thing's
Ooh.
still in range, so I'm going to shoot there.
Mm-hmm. As in the one that tried to mess with your shadow?
So I'm... can I get the one that tried to mess with my shadow? Because he went... Oh no, that was a bite. Yeah, the guy that with my shadow.
Yeah.
I'm going to reload one action and fire.
He's 45 feet out.
Sounds good.
Yep. What is the range increment on your weapons, guys? Just starting with Jay, with sticks. What kind of range have you got on that thing? Do you know?
50 feet.
Okay. So you're
60.
You're good. You're good. And what about your pistolo, Valentine?
Oh, it's also 60.
So a 65-foot shot, then you compensated with your ability, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I forgot to do that. Or like, it didn't do that on my attack roll.
So you missed? You hit?
No, I still hit, but I would have been a 29 instead of a 27. So I don't know if that would have been a crit.
No, I'm 21. You guys need 31s to crit me. Sorry, getting back to Styx Dune Shaker with his 21. A sneaky,
That's a 21.
narrow hit, but it's a hit, yeah.
And this time I am using the correct megaton damage
Megaton.
for 9 points of damage.
All right. You blow Scalp and one of its ears right off, and like looking down your, say there's some kind of scope on your, you can see brains. Like this thing is in rough shape. It goes into a dive, but you're not sure if it makes that World War II yet, just yet. Is that you?
And that is all 3 actions.
Okay. That final shot is enough to drive this thing away or into a frenzy. You're not sure, but it goes into a steep dive out of sight for the moment, using 3 actions to get the hell away because I'm flying. Yes, and I messed with his shadow. Did it take? It didn't take, and then everybody's freaking shooting at me. Ah! Dodge! Petra number 2 did a nice swoop down and back, got a bite. Perhaps you guys are, expecting something, maybe not. And then this crazy dude pops up on the port side, all the shots ringing out on the starboard side. Maybe you guys, it thinks your focus is taken, and this thing swoops across the deck going, well, Bob did that. What a cool maneuver. I'm going to try to do that. And it swoops across the deck and comes right and tries to impale Charwin from the back. But first, a word from our sponsor. Do you have trouble in flight with aerobics rolls? Well, with acrobatics plus 11, you can get a 24. And with our product, stick that landing. Sorry, Charwin. I tried to have him, spin out, but didn't work. Comes right at old Charles with a hit with a 28 and does D12 plus 7 piercing. Wow, you just fixed those wounds. Oh, minimum damage. Aren't you lucky? I rolled a 1. 8 points of damage to Charwin.
Just call me Pincushion.
Yeah. I can't do 90-degree turns, and you are not small. So, not only does this thing hit you full force, but shall we look up pushing and shoving, guys? Because I think I just wiped the 3 of us out, Flyer included. Comes flying in there and tries to end.
Sure. So shove is an action. It's your athletics against the target's fortitude DC.
Okay.
Let's see. Success, you push the target back 5 feet, and you can stride after it. A critical is you'd push them 10 feet.
Okay. If I make this roll, I push you and still wipe out. Like, he's not trying to shove you. It just, I hit something while flying. I guess I could take an action to stop, but I just thought wiping out would be funnier.
Is there any falling damage?
Probably not in this case.
considering I'm like 2 feet off the deck, it's more like I'm wondering about hitting something while flying. Is there anything on Nethys
I meant
about
like
hitting?
you're kind of like flying at like speed, right? So it's like it'd be like falling straight down. It's just falling sideways.
Oh, I
now.
see. Yeah, both of us go. Yeah, 50 feet in. What is it now? A D6 per 10?
Oh, for damage of falling?
Yeah. You guys, have
it's-
you guys got anything on Nethys about flying? Hitting something while flying, or?
Oh, here you go. If you fly to the ground, you don't take falling damage.
I'm gonna say, like, these things are fully grown adults. They've lived in the mana waste where we've pulled up sharp. There's a purple cloud of rain. You know what I mean? So I'll just say he comes in, and on the way in, I could see Charwin. It's not like I come swooping in and like, oh, he's suddenly there. Because I'm on eye line, he can see you. So he actually flies and tries to, like, you know, pump the brakes, does the big wind flap, and stops and gores you. And then I will just try to move away, like try to get away so I don't stay there. So it comes in, uses its movement to land on the deck. So it comes in for a landing, gores you, and then tries to do like a hit and run where I will go 5, 10, and then try to leap off the deck and just fall and use the other 40 feet of flight. So as long as I can clear that rail, there's always got to be some kind of roll. 14. No. Not so much leaping over a simple rail. My thought is I come in at speed, I use the momentum to hit you, and then I try to prance away, like I try to peel off and turn that momentum. And you ever see a deer on the side of the road and it just freaking 180s and tries to gallop over the fence? And a lot of it's very sloppy, get up and go kind of movement. You know, that's what I'm thinking this thing's doing, is it suddenly tries to peel off and tries to gallop and just can't quite, you know, the back catches, and it ends up sprawled, prone on your deck, God help it, in front of you guys. It wipes out on the rail and gets caught up. I'm going to say, like, hanging on the rail.
It's clobbering time.
I still give it the prone
Trail?
condition, but yeah. The third one...
Don't forget to make it visible so we know where we're swinging.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whole time I'm thinking this thing's doing all this awesome crap.
Not
Sorry.
for us.
I'm talking and I'm moving the mini, and I'm talking and moving the mini. Okay. Quick recap, right? So he's over here, he comes flying in, he gores you from this side, he tries to go prancing away, and he gets hung up on the rail. Savvy?
Got it.
Okay. 5, 15. Stuck on the rail. This one, number 3 here, I was getting shot at. I'm going to use all 150 feet of my movement to dive, get under, you know. He just bail, like, disappears for now. Poof. Gets away. Fly off somewhere else. For now. Which leaves us with Charwin. Because flyby attacks, I can't really see them doing this every round. That would be such a tight turn. So it's like I'm going to give them a whole round to like fly around, get up some speed, come in from afar, see what I want to do. You know, Charwin.
I'll take a 5
There's an
foot
antler
step.
sticking out. There's an antler sticking out of you, by the way. They break off, you know.
Oh, lucky antler. Take a 5 foot step to the south.
Okay.
Target Mr. Stuck Boy. And let's take
Okay.
a little stab.
Stabby, stabby.
23 for a hit. For 16 damage.
Just doing it makes that wounded deer croak, even though it's a wolf. It goes, still alive in so much pain. Me and all my friends are 10 hit points or less. God help us. Mana waste, help us.
Let me
Anything else,
just hold
Sharwin?
still. Let me put me out of your misery. I'll take
You start
one
wiggling
last
the spear.
swing.
Wiggle his spear.
Only a 12. He just wants to live. I'm trying.
Calm down, calm down. Blaster Valentine. Did I have number 1 do anything? What did number 1 do? I think he just peeled away.
Number 1.
My 2 guys that were, 1 and 3 that were out there in the open that were getting shot at have turned and are, regrouping. The one that had popped up at Jay decided to everyone's getting shot. He's the guy that came in late and got stuck. So currently, to your advantage where we cannot attack every round because we need to circle around. Unfortunately, on this side of the boat at the moment, you do not have any targets. What do you want to do? Do you want to wait for these buggers to make another pass, or do you want to move?
Would I have been able to hear, hooves clattering on the deck again when they came back down?
He's a little far away, and there's a lot of engine noise and crap. So, I mean, you can hear the shouts through the doorway and stuff.
Gunshots?
They're mixing it up on deck. Oh yeah, you even saw. You can't see the source, but you saw shots coming off of the deck out into the air at your targets. And you see these things dive. You see them dive, and then they circle under, or they go. They're not going up. Yeah. We got shot at. So, how about this?
Definitely
you might be able, since you saw, it's clear that they dive, right? If you go straight across to the other window, you might be able to catch one popping back up.
Okay.
Right? So 5, 10, 15, 20 to the other window. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Perception?
Shit. Good question. I'm going to say no for 2 reasons. First of all, if this was a flat ground battlefield, anything within 60 feet is kind of a freebie. Because these guys are doing a pattern where they have to come up to eye line, you know what I mean? You're going to look into one place. You're going to scan from straight out to straight left, 60-degree arc along the eye line. If he's there, no perception. If he's not, I'll make you look around. Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay, so let me just go back and count this guy's movement real quick. 5, 10, 50 drop. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50 up. 5, yep, no, he's there. Peekaboo. So lucky for you.
Okay, there he is.
Yep. Okay, so you run over, you fly the window open and look to where he should be, and lucky for you, he's just popping up. Damn my 50-foot fast movement. I'm way too nice to you guys.
I can't tell what range he's at.
70 feet. Let me zoom up and show everybody in the video audience. There, you got a 70-foot shot, my man. According to Fantasy Grounds. If you hover your mouse right over top of your mini, it will show the range.
Oh, okay. Because it was just showing up before without me putting it over my mini, so.
Oh, okay.
I was confused why I wasn't doing that this time. That's fine. I can.
Sometimes it'll do when you first target. Sometimes, probably because I target them for you. So when I target the mini for you guys, it probably doesn't show. When you actually pick your targets, it'll probably show that for you. And if you don't see anything, just hover the. Sometimes I'll move the mini around to show the video audience who's going and who's targeting what. So 70 feet is a bit of a problem. Not really. It's only -2, right?
Yeah, I just got to burn that action again.
But this is your third action. One to get there, one to open the window. You moved across the ship. You flew open the window. I'm giving you a free perception check. You only have one action left.
Just take the shot at the -2. You can do it, man.
I'm being way too nice for you as it is, Spiegler. Let's not mince here.
Okay.
Take the I believe in you.
How you
You better believe in him, baby. Let's
Say the line, Spiegler. You know you want to.
target acquired. You
Not
hear
that line, the other line.
Oh, nat 20. Let's go.
There you go. He's got a recording of that Aussie in his actual construct. He pushes a button or pulls a little tire, goes, not 20, let's go.
Imagine the close-up camera like going along the inner workings of my arm of all the cranks and gears and everything just making noise, and then it'll one last click and the gun fires.
The bullet cam that follows the chamber and the spin and
yeah, and you follow the slow motion bullet just exploding the head.
2 black, 1 purple for deadly weapon, 2 crit green dice. Would you call out each number and describe your kill for me, please?
It is 14985. And yeah, like I said, that bullet going slow motion through the air, and it strikes right on the orbital bone, and all of the flesh and bone and everything starts to shatter out like a Mortal Kombat execution.
Oh, I was going to say, like, have you ever played the Sniper series where you're the guy running around World War II and they show you the freaking insert bullet cam and then the bone goes out the other side?
The X-ray vision, that's it.
Yeah, the X-ray splatter. Bullet goes in, guts come out with bone fragments, and we will see you all at the beginning of round 6 next time.